Live from our studios in the nation's capital, your most reliable source for news, national, regional, and the rest of the world. Welcome to Kairi FM's Major News. Here's your presenter.
Good evening, I am Steve Vidal. First, a look at the headlines. Government to address concerns regarding Casabros road conditions. Senior Minister commends efforts of young entrepreneurs on the island. From the region, health authorities say it is time to transform Caribbean health systems, and safety concerns rise after deadly fire rips through Egypt church. The details to follow.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, hit it. Venture into the ozone at Quartz Optical. Get your free eye exam plus free children's frames with any lens purchase. Adults get 25% off frames and lenses when you shop today with no cash. 3 to 24-month credit terms available. So book your appointment online today at quartzoptical.com. Get in on the deals and save now. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Promotion runs till August 31st, 2022. Special conditions apply.
It is not a clothesline Kumeti had Ushishi. It is not the line your grandmother used to hang her Christmas cards. It is not an ordinary line. The Manikou had no chance. The core was stewed right on line. I'm talking about power. The Domlek high voltage power line. So, Domlek voulait faire changer. As you rebuild a Primaria, Pabody stay away. Especially my business owners. If you need to do construction close to the lines, informez Domlek avant. Moun ki the crane, bucket trucks, heavy duty, overhead equipment, call Domlek first, 255-6103. High voltage line, that is deadly business. Angela and the Ipe, whether say TV or telephone line, DBC line. Lewe ma wika drive and by on kipanshi. She's squeezing his old knee. Avec a PJC, DGG.
It's official! With Digital Plus, you get award-winning internet speeds from streaming, gaming, and more. It was tested and proven by Ookla, the global leader in internet testing. Digital Plus is Dominica's fastest internet network, backed by our 100% fiber-to-the-home network. We provide the fastest and more reliable internet, so you and your family can do all the things you love and way more. Experience our award-winning network today with internet speeds starting at 100 megabytes per second and up. Sign up in store. Digital Plus, better together. Award based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Q3 Q4 2021.
Welcome back, and we say good evening and welcome to our listeners on Variety Radio in Antigua, Barbuda, and Flow Television, Channel 119 in St. Lucia. Now for the details of the evening news. Concerns regarding the current conditions at the Casabros Road on the Casabros Road will be addressed this week following public outcry from the community. On Monday, villagers and commuters staged protest action blocking the roads to ensure of their frustration at the terrible road conditions. According to the parliamentary representative for the Casabros constituency, Octavia Alfred, concerns have increased as the rainy season progresses, further deteriorating the road. Mrs. Alfred says government is also seeking solutions to this matter and is said to host a stakeholders meeting this Wednesday to address these concerns.
The Casabros public road was blocked for a short period by a few constituents who gathered to express their concerns as it pertains to the conditions of the road. Since the rainy season began, concerns have increased as the East Coast Road progresses. I was on the ground also because I use this road daily and I understand the concerns. The government of Dominica also understands the concerns and we make every effort to address them. In this regard, a meeting was previously planned for all stakeholders to come together so we can discuss these concerns and address them as we move forward. This meeting will be held on Wednesday, August 17th at 5 p.m. at the Casabros Primary School. I invite everyone to attend this meeting and to come to express your concerns and to give solutions as we move forward. We are all in this together.
And that was the parliamentary representative for the Casablanca constituency, Octavia Alfred. In other news this evening, the Dominica Electricity Services Limited, DOMLEC, has awarded scholarships to 4 students to attend secondary schools in September. The scholarships were awarded to 2 students of DOMLEC employees and 2 from the public. The scholarships are for a duration of 5 years and covers the costs of books, stationery, transportation allowance, and examination fees. The 4 students are Keris Ogaro, Fabrice Moise, Alani Dover, and Damani Robin, will bring the number of students supported by the company at this time to 18. In making the presentation, Nathalie Modest of the Human Resource and Administrative Department urged the students to perform at their best, as not many students have been given the opportunity that they have been presented with. She said the company will continue to play its part as a good corporate citizen, giving back in tangible ways. Government Senior Minister Reginald Austri has high hopes for entrepreneurship within the Penville community. According to Mr. Austri, the craft exhibition during this weekend's village feast displayed a high level of craftsmanship by the village youth, which this could be the start of a great industry by the youth of Penville. The minister noted this is one of many business ventures by which government hopes to foster by empowering the youth of Dominica through entrepreneurship.
Last Friday, we had the graduation ceremony for a group of small entrepreneurs. And that's the thing I saw in Penville yesterday. They had an exhibition there. And I saw the quality of craft that is being produced by the residents of Penville. I believe that is the making, if they can pull themselves together, of a great industry. We saw the products that were exhibited last Friday by these young people, from fabric to adding value to cocoa and to coffee and to ginger, from straw mats. I mean, there are young people out there who are doing excellent job. Works that could be on the market in any part of the world. And we believe that these young people, they need to be able to be empowered. They need to be assisted to carry out their trade. And that is why in the last budget, we budgeted $5 million, which we allocated development to add value to our locally produced raw material.
And that was Senior Minister Reginald Austri. There appears to be more hopes for farmers, particularly female farmers, at the end of the tunnel under the PIU project in the Ministry of Agriculture. Communications Officer in the Ministry of Blue and Green Economy, Agriculture and National Food Security, Petra Grell Shinningford, is of the view that farmers stand to benefit from the budget allocation for the expansion of and re-establishment of greenhouses for the protection of agriculture. She says several greenhouses were damaged during Hurricane Maria and are also damaged during the normal hurricane season, causing farmers to be discouraged because of the large investments they've made into greenhouses. However, she says because of the rainfall and the water system, protected agriculture for some commodities may be the only way to go. Mrs. Shinningford says farmers now stand to benefit from $1 million East Caribbean dollars in the first instance towards the establishment of the greenhouses, and therefore farmers need to embrace the opportunity, apply, and get registered.
Look at this when it comes to $1 million investment initially in that sector for provision of repairs, rehabilitation, renovation. So any of the 50 farmers around the islands will look forward to that. We're looking at irrigation. You know, that was a big talk in the 90s about irrigation. Agriculture without water and irrigation it doesn't make sense. It's an oxymoron. So also the installation of irrigation and improvement of irrigation systems. So there are a number of things that are happening when it comes to adding value to products. So not just primary agriculture, primary production, but we're looking at secondary production, added value, everything along the value chain when it comes to our natural commodities that we actually produce here in Dominica. So we're looking at grant funding for key areas such as essential oils. And of course, when it comes to the Emergency Agricultural Livelihoods Project, as I mentioned, also a continuation of that when it comes to persons actually trying to complete their beneficiary packages and obtain all what was said that would be provided for them within their contracts.
Shillingford says several farmers applied under the project but have not returned since. This could create a setback as these farmers only have the month of August this month to register.
So far, there have been a number of persons who have applied or actually expressed interest in the project. But it's over 3,000, but some of them have not even returned. And we gave a deadline of August this year to come in and fill out your forms, make sure everything is in order. You would have all your supporting documents like any other contractual arrangement. So you have your lease arrangement, you have your certificate of title copies, or you have your letter stating that you are allowed to plow or plant on that property, and that has borne some fruit. But some farmers have not even returned.
Communications officer in the Ministry of Blue and Green Economy, Agriculture and National Food Security, Petra Grell Shillingford. Moving on to the region. Health authorities participating in an international seminar say it is time to transform the health systems in Latin America and the Caribbean and make progress on versatility, comprehensiveness, and financial sustainability. The Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean, ECLAC, said the seminar, titled Challenges to Move Towards Universal, Comprehensive, and Sustainable Health Systems, Lessons from an International Perspective, featured remarks by Mario Simori, Acting ECLAC Executive Secretary, Maria Begonza Yarza, Minister of Health of Chile, and Dr. Carissa Etienne, Director of the Pan-American Health Organization, PAHO. In his remarks, Simodi thanked Chile's Health Ministry for the trust it has put into ECLAC on requesting technical assistance to support the process of reforming the national health system. He emphasized that having universal access to health systems is vital for moving towards development with quality within the Caribbean region. A deadly fire that ripped through a Coptic Orthodox church in Egypt's capital has spurred an outpouring of condolences and mourning from many in the country. But the devastating blaze has also raised questions about emergency services, safety codes, and years of restrictions on building churches for the country's Christian minority. Neighborhood residents expressed a shock over fire on Sunday, one of Egypt's deadliest in recent years that killed 41 members of the congregation, including 15 children. The fire broke out during Sunday morning services beginning on the second floor of the four-story building, which also housed a daycare. Smoke quickly engulfed the upper floors. Authorities blamed an electrical short circuit in an air conditioner unit for the fire, but witnesses also pointed to a fault in a power generator which the church used during regular power outages. People also said ambulances were slow to arrive, which could have caused more deaths, although authorities said the first ambulance arrived on site 2 minutes after the fire was reported. That's the evening news. On behalf of the entire news and production team and our sponsors, good night.
Can you see the World Wrestling? Makapalekot World Wrestling Championship. I'm talking about Onla Tekika Lite, Coxte, hand-to-hand combat, Higas, high fall with rising fuel prices. The world is trying to shoot down, bring down its head, but it can force it. How do we in Dominica deal with that situation? Ebe Domlek can all the